Welcome to Baxter Yoga. I'm here once again in my little living room studio. Thanks for joining me today. We're still under shelter in place here in Oakland, California. It's been 9 weeks at the time of this particular filming. I'm continuing to offer stuff on a pretty regular basis from right here at home. So thanks for joining me. Just a reminder, you can still get my t-shirts, Yoga for Healthy Aging t-shirts, and the book Yoga for Healthy Aging from my website, which is on your screen right now. There's also a great link to all of my live streaming yoga classes that I'm offering each week. So please join me sometime soon. I'm sure those will continue for quite a while into the future. And I also have some workshops and retreats that are both happening online and a couple months down the road in person, so check those out as well. Also, if you like doing practices at home, I have longer pre-recorded practices on the practice channel at the website Yoga U Online, so check that out as well. They have a great 1-month introductory offer. So today I'm excited to share with you a pranayama for optimizing respiratory function, for your breathing function, and especially in the era of COVID-19. I was actually inspired to share this and modify this practice by seeing a couple of videos online from some physicians and nurses in the UK and in the United States talking about a recommended breath technique to help those that had been infected with COVID-19 to optimize their breath and their lung function in order to keep them healthier once they had gotten sick. However, I think we can do this practice that we're going to work on today as a preventative tool and use it now in anticipation that we might get sick down the road. And we can use this really anytime we're trying to keep the lungs healthier over time. In the videos that I watched, they basically had you take a big deep breath in, hold your breath in for 5 seconds, and then exhale out normally, and then repeat that 6 times, and on the 6th time cough into your arm, and then do a second set the exact same way. And then part 2 is lying down on the belly with a slight pillow under the chest and taking some deeper breaths in to kind of work on opening up the back lungs, which get a little bit collapsed if we're lying in bed when we're sick and not moving around very much. So we're going to do both of those practices today. We're only going to do 1 round of 6 together. We'll do a couple minutes of the reclining thing just to give you a sense of how that works. And then I'm going to recommend that you do an extra set of 6 on your own and set a timer and do a longer part 2 on your own as well. Interestingly, in the video from the UK, the doctor, after demonstrating the technique, mentioned that he felt lightheaded, and I suspected after watching it that he actually was hyperventilating. He was taking this really quick inhale and then holding the breath, kind of gripping it, and then exhaling out suddenly, and I suspect that that caused his lightheadedness. So I'm hoping that if you're mindful of how you work with me today, that you'll actually not feel like you're getting lightheaded, you won't actually hyperventilate, and if you do start to feel any of those symptoms, please stop and relax for a moment, and then maybe come back in and try it again. So you're going to be doing a 5-second inhale, a 5-second pause, and a 5-second exhale with maybe a little pause at the end. And we're going to do that 6 times, and on the 6th time, instead of that 5-second exhale, we'll just take a good cough into the arm. So I can't actually do the breath with you. I need to be your timekeeper, as it were. So I'm going to do 1 round as a demonstration now so you can see what it looks like for me to actually take that breath in. The thumbs up is my inhaling, the palm flat is my hold, and thumb down means that I'm exhaling. So just watch for a moment, and then I'll talk you through this, and we can do this together in just a second, okay? So I'm going to take a nice exhale out, and then begin. So the first time or 2 you do this, again, be monitoring and making sure that it doesn't really make you clammy or feel uncomfortable, anxious, or lightheaded, because that could indicate that you're overdoing it at first. And it's not always that easy to take a longer breath in and out. So if you're a little bit newer to this, you could make the inhale or the exhale a little bit shorter and still pause gently without gripping the belly or throat on that pause at the top of the inhale. All right? So with those cautions in mind, let's go ahead and do 6 rounds of the part 1 practice together. So I'm going to have you take a comfortable breath in and a full breath out, and then we'll begin on the next inhale. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently pause. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gentle relaxation. Let's take an inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently pause. 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And a third round. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pausing gently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pausing 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for a moment. Fifth cycle, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pausing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This last one's our cough round. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pausing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring your arm up. A good cough or two. And then pause for a moment. Let your breath settle back to its normal depth and rhythm. So if you'd like to do a second round now, go ahead and pause the video for a moment. Repeat that on your own, or you could go back to the part where I start the practice together, and you can do that together through, and then when you're done with that, we'll go ahead and come down for part 2, which is going to be close to the ground. So for part 2, I've come off of my hero's pose so I can be closer to the ground. I've just grabbed a pillow from off my bed that I can use. You're going to come down to lie on your belly. We're going to be set up almost like in a little bit of a mini sphinx or a slight little cobra action in the chest. So the upper chest is going to be lifted a little bit into a mild back bend. And then basically for about a minute, I'm going to ask you to take just slightly deeper breaths in and out. Not as deep as we just did in that more active practice, but maybe a 2 or 3 second inhale and a 2 or 3 second exhale. This is designed specifically to take gravity off of the back lungs and allow them to expand, because it turns out that apparently we have more of the alveoli, or the little air sacs, on the back half of our lungs than we do in the front half of the lungs. And when we're lying in bed, especially when we're sick, those areas get compressed a little bit, and that can lead to a poor exchange of gases in the lungs. So let's go ahead and come down, and to do part 2, I've still got my blanket here, but I can move that out of the way, or you could even do this on your bed if you wanted. I'm going to stay a little bit lifted, so I would actually have this pillow a little bit underneath my chest for support, and then maybe just my arms out here, and you could even make little hot potatoes with your hands and let your head rest on the little hot potato. So once you're set, kind of make sure everything's pretty relaxed. I'm really not working at all once I'm set up like this. Start to notice your natural breath rhythm. And for about a minute, I'm going to have you take that 2 or 3 second inhale and 2 or 3 second exhale. Inhaling for 2 or 3 seconds. Exhaling out for 2 or 3 seconds. So basically you have to establish your rhythm, let's keep it going, and then just stay with it. So if we take about 10 to 12 breaths at that speed, we'll have been doing this for about a minute. So let's do 10 more breaths like that. Pretty simple little practice, keep it going. So you're keeping track of your 10 solo cycles. Again, you would want to feel comfortable inside your body. No anxiety, no clamminess, no lightheadedness. If any of those things do show up, you want to stop this 3 second inhale, 3 second exhale, or 2 second inhale, 2 second exhale, and let your system settle down a little bit before you might try it again.
the tendency might be to overbreathe a little bit at first, or be a little overzealous in the amount of air you're moving in and out. Just keep it pretty comfortable. Now, if you have a timer close by, you could set that, and I would recommend anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes of breathing in this fashion, as long as it stays comfortable for your body and your mind, your emotions. We've been doing it for at least a minute now, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and stop my practice, but you can keep yours going, or you can come back and finish that up in just a moment. I just wanted to come back up and say thank you for joining me today. So that's our little practice. Again, we've got part 1, which is 2 rounds of those 6 cycles of breathing, 2 rounds of that, and then 1 round of the prone position and almost a little supported sphinx position with a pillow or something supporting the chest and the head in a good way. And then start practicing that. You might make that a part of your daily yoga practice, or a separate little practice that can almost be a kind of breath meditation. So give that a go, and I hope you find it valuable. Don't forget to continue following me on Facebook and YouTube at Baxter Yoga. Have a great day. I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.